kind of like something like. There's gonna be some kid walking in on his mom having sex with another dude of his peer group, and it's gonna be very.
Hi, everybody.
Maybe, probably.
Welcome to.
I know that would scar me, and I need to bleach.
Welcome to Lost Lore Academia. We're just here talking about MILF Manor, our new sponsor. You can catch it on TLC every week. Just go to the TLC app to watch episodes of MILF Manor.
Wait, is it actually on TLC?
Yeah, not
I'm
to be
pretty
confused with another series of which apparently it sounds like we're all either a fan or intrigued by, called MILF Hunter, which is another.
Stop calling it a documentary.
Which is another. That's another sponsor of ours, and you can find
groundbreaking stuff
on. You can also find that on TLC. They're bringing that series to TLC. Guys, do you remember when TLC was just a great band? Or a great, I guess not. I mean, band isn't a musical group.
Musical act? A musical act, we'll say. No, I don't, because that was before my time.
Cool. You're winning a lot of goodwill whenever you talk about how young you are. So hi everybody. So you might notice that we are we have a class tonight, but we are a little light on the number of attendees because of some last minute unavailable.
Because of President's Day.
I mean, it may be President's Day and just other things. So we are going to charge ahead. And I forgot to say something off stream because I've talked to KJ and Dan about it, but I haven't talked to Kevin about it. And I was really gonna do this not off stream. I was gonna like mention this to everybody. But I guess I'm gonna say it on stream in front of everyone. So for this game has been fun. You're gonna say it on stream
in front of everyone and their MILF.
Okay, that's.
I don't have one. Where can I acquire a MILF to have this conversation properly?
Home Depot.
I really don't think that's where you should go looking. I'm going to say very specifically.
That's going to be the first.
That's maybe if you're looking for DILFs. That's first maybe a place to go. I really don't think MILFs. I don't think that's like a huge. I'm not saying there aren't any. But that doesn't seem to be like a target destination.
Oh, Target.
Target. As opposed to Target. Now, Target. All right, so, my friends and neighbors, first of all, it's wonderful to see you all here. I'm so excited that we're here. We finished our sexy book fair. And we have some characters to bring in. Two of whom we have 5 characters, 2 of whom are not sexy. One of whom is a much desired Loremaster, whom we've been searching for forever. And I should
probably leave that one.
And I know that KJ posted
I want to be very clear. I will ruin your fucking life, Kevin. We are summoning. We are summoning the goddamn Loremaster.
I don't know if we have enough though.
So hard on.
It's so expensive.
That being said, the Loremaster is somewhat expensive, but the more expensive person, and I feel like I know what Dan's request for this would be. Also, independently of all of this, there is a gentleman named the Baronet Elbrand Brunt, and he is now available for summoning. He does cost 480.
Bargain.
Bargain. So much more
bargain. He's not even sexy, but people have been working for him
how you look. Yeah.
as long as they realized he could. So we have a lot of people to bring in. We have fewer people here tonight, but sometimes that can, it's never good, but sometimes it can help focus things, which actually is sort of part of what I was wanting to talk about. So Kevin, everybody out there, you're hearing a little behind the scenes peek, because when I do these games like this, sometimes I do sort of have to adjust or kind of figure out the best way to have these games work as we play. And this one, I have really been enjoying Lost Lore Academia, and I've loved doing all of the, like crazy downtime we do. But I have felt that this is a game in which each week you guys just rush off and basically open a new tab, and then we do not close that tab or finish that thing or very few weeks do we start a thing and go down it a little bit. So I would, and part of that is due to the interesting time thing of this, where there is real time passing outside of the sessions. In another game, it's very easy to keep with the task because you pick up right where you left off. There's no time has passed. You're still in X or still doing Y, so you just continue on with it. So for this one, I think what I would like to do is you guys, and since you're the ones who are here, you can have sort of the conversation. I've spoken with some of the people not present, and I know, like Aaron is.
If they really cared about their answer, they would be present.
Well, I think that's a problematic way of looking at it, because this is just a fun game with friends, but and life gets in the way. But I know, like Aaron, for example, she cares less about there being less about what the goal is than that there is some sort of consistency and growth and such. So I will do what I can to sort of provide you with stuff like that. I am not even saying you need to follow up what you did last week, because as much fun as it was on Tree Ship and exploring, that is one thing we can do. So I will say that right now there are 3 primary directions, which are exploring the purple world. There is sort of a city building, like Sim City civilization style thing in Watchtower Town, which, another couple weeks has passed there, so we could also sort of devote more time to going to the purple place but dealing with that. Or we could spend some time kind of interacting with all of these characters we have. Now you have all the Loremasters with, kind of different types of things, and it could be a little bit more about Course Court and everyone who lives there, and if there's other, like, locations and places people can go to, all that sort of stuff. So those, I would say, are our those are kind of like our options at present, just as far as what direction we'd like to go in, sort of, not for every session, but just kind of, like, this will sort of be what our next several things will be. We'll try to pick up on that. So I more say that just that whatever it is we choose, I think we're going to try to carry on in that direction, and the things that happen there. So yeah, that's the thing I was going to say to people off stream. So if you guys want to have any out of game, out of character conversations about which ones of those are more or less appealing to you, that is totally fine. Or we can just sort of play and see what makes sense today. But just know that whatever direction you're going, we're not putting guardrails on, but we're just going to try to kind of do that for a bit. Have I articulated this point well enough? Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, you articulated it so good.
Well, as you guys think about how well I articulated it, let's open another one of these. 22. Oh, shoot. There's only 3 left? Whoa.
Is there 25?
No.
It had to end at some point.
No, this is...
Not if you believe. Then.
What the fuck is going on with that thing?
No, there's only 24 because it's 6x4. Well, because...
Is there not a hidden 25th one?
Well, like, an advent calendar only has 24 because then it's Christmas.
Yeah, but that's when you need the biggest present of all.
Well, yeah, but that's the... and a good question, are we opening early? No, I've just been opening one each time I remember to in games. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm gonna open one now because this is a space game. But in some of our non-space games, I might not open after that. But since this has space game in the form of Mrs.
I wouldn't
Got
call
It.
this a space game.
We have a tree
go ahead
ship.
and open it, but...
I mean, you have a tree ship, you're standing under the cosmos.
Yeah, but we easily could have also just gotten a fucking, like, bicycle. Like, it wasn't...
But we didn't.
However, it's a relevant one for today. It is D8. Ooh, and look at all those sparkly lights on it. I'm going to roll this D8. Whatever subject I roll...
Roll 13.
No, I rolled a 7, which is, for this game...
13 on a D8.
Oh my gosh! 7's astronomy!
Look at that.
Wow, how fortuitous.
Is it written in the stars?
Does that mean we should just go explore the cosmos?
A million miles away.
Maybe. Also, to Sophia Distracted, I still have this open. To Sophia Distracted, there are only 3 left. Right down there, that's another one right there. It's not space
All of those
themed.
that show everyone a good time.
The next one is called Winter Wonderland, but it's not Christmas themed. It's like Aurora Borealis and such. So there's never a
Isn't
shortage.
next month the start of spring?
Well, not in the southern hemisphere.
Okay.
I don't like what I just.
Which is why Love Island UK is currently taking place in South Africa.
What about MILF Manor UK?
Southern Hemisphere would be going into fall.
True, but you said, "Aren't we going into spring?" And I was just saying, "Not there. We're not. They're going to fall."
Okay.
We have a lot of fun on this game, but we also sometimes we have serious things to talk about. Okay, well, I don't know. I think I've said all the stuff I was planning on saying. There aren't invocations in this game because KJ would quit because invocations mean we're in a Dreadland.
Could be. So what path are we taking?
Why don't you guys have a moment or two to sort of if anyone has strong feelings about which of those make more or less sense, please voice those now, and then we'll sort of see what happens.
I don't have a preference.
Okay.
Do you have a lean?
Just like Fat Joe, I just lean back.
Okay.
Did I can't remember. Did we leave the castle thinking, oh, there was like a deeper floor we could see but we didn't get to, or was it something like that?
There is definitely more to explore in that castle, but I don't think you had the sense that there was like. It is definitely a ruins. It's definitely been picked clean. You could learn more about that, but I'll even say no kind of like detect vibe roll required. Like investigating there is maybe going to lead you to some of those shards off of the main slab that everything's floating on, and then from there, who knows? Going there is going to be about a broader exploration.
Okay.
Yeah, you feel like that's like a journey into the unknown. What's that? What musical is that from?
Frozen 2.
Frozen 2, yeah.
Never seen it.
It's actually pretty good.
Is it though?
Greatest 80s boy band song ever is in that movie.
I'm impressed with how much it seems like this is like a good reflection of what Tree Ship was. I took one little branch off the top.
One of its limbs.
Yeah, we did. I should talk to Zane about the bonsai because it's like we took a clipping and planted it into an yeah.
So my vote, I guess, is either more exploration, but because we are summoning the last Loremaster. Okay, we are doing that. But we also need to.
But we got a budget.
Tell them that they have a goal now too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so those are just the only two things that are I can see.
Okay.
That sounds good to me. This is like the newest thing we have to go on. So. Yeah,
I would say like exploring things with like if you choose to go the character route and sort of stay and talk to these characters, you're going to have that will be a sort of more academic experience. Is there this is going to be a lot of them gathering together, talking about some things, realizing whatever stuff. If you guys you can tell them to do things, but largely if you guys sort of you can summon them and say, okay, figure it out. You will come back to them in a few weeks to see what they've figured out. And as you go off to do who knows what. Kevin, do you have a preference?
Not really. I'd say it's a slight lean to the exploration.
Okay.
But slight.
Understood. Well, in that case, let's start the game. And as we suspect you guys are going to be heading out in Tree Ship, but perhaps if you learn anything from whichever characters you wind up summoning, there will be a thing. Also, you got to find out what your sexy surprise is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, yeah.
Is it a MILF?
Well, now it is. Oh my god. Gotta change. Shit. Is it a MILF? Hold on. Everything's changing now.
Sorry.
That's called asking the right questions.
Wow. Is it a MILF?
Does he look like a MILF?
This really... Wow.
You don't have to change everything. I'm sorry, I shouldn't.
Are there any MILFs from these
Does
games?
MILF work for this?
I don't want to bring Abrielle in right now with Elbren. That's too mean to Connor.
That'd be too much. But
I guess
I
it's
wouldn't
like
that.
I'm just trying to think of MILFs from our games. Because she is one, I suppose. Only in the strictest sense that she's a mother, and I don't know that I don't know that Ilfer.
You don't know that you Ilfer.
No, I don't know that Ilfer, because it stands for I'd like to...
Yeah.
I don't know that Ilfer.
There. What other parents have there been?
Well, oh no.
The bar lady in Prey from the Dark is a mom.
Oh, Cynthia is. That's actually true. It seems almost. She's such a nice person. It seems almost disrespectful to say Ilfer. There is
What
a mother.
about-
No, you guys did not. If you guys had summoned a lot of sexy people and then you suggested MILF, I actually would have brought you. I might have brought you in a mythic character from the Star Wars or from the Star Trek game, Umbria, the mother of Marvin's. Were you there the session when you guys went like Marvin's wife and her parents, who were like interdimensional gods in togas? There's a toga mom who was just trying to hook up with the former captain the whole time. I would have brought her in, but you only got 3 sexy characters, so it would not be her.
I feel like that's a good amount.
A MILF.
Just
Oh,
saying.
no. That's
Oh,
not...
dear.
Okay, I actually have to
Not
think
a
for a
MILF.
moment, because I really was not thinking there was a
Don't
different
do it. I'm
thing.
so sorry. I shouldn't have said anything.
Do we have like any characters that could ostensibly have their backstory fleshed out a little more to include MILFhood?
Yes. Oh, fuck
What if
you.
we just consider MILF more like a state of mind, just someone who is super like caring and attentive and could possibly be a good mother in the future? What if we
What
just...
about a gilf?
Question. I got a
Or
question.
absolutely fucking not
have-
that.
Have like anytime that you have like students, like our young people that you look after, would you ever call them my child? So, you might call like a pupil my child, right? So, in that sense, wouldn't Quag the teacher be a MILF?
Yeah, but again, you didn't get enough sexy people to bring a MILF like that.
You're right. Yeah.
There is a MILF.
We're saying Quag is a MILF, though. We just didn't earn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just didn't
Quag
earn
is
it.
Quag could be considered, if you consider Quag MILF. I mean, I want to have sex with Quag is what I'm saying. I don't know if Quag has any children, but I definitely want to have sex with Quag.
I love that we found the secret 4th option of things we could do tonight, and that's figure out who is a MILF.
Well, how many characters actually had kids?
In game, it's not really that many. Okay, okay, that's fabled. I could almost do that. There is a character who maybe has like BME, big MILF energy.
Okay.
Which is fun because that's an acronym of an acronym.
Yeah.
But then you guys aren't gonna get the hot tub. So
I don't see why that has to be separate, but that's
Hot
fine.
tub.
Yeah. There's no reason
I
to.
feel like a true S tier MILF comes with the hot tub regardless.
Okay. Well.
What?
Also, you're very far along on this person already. I'm gonna add the sexy tag to them in that case. Excuse me for a moment.
Oh, he's decided.
Gotta find the Lego. I'm guessing
We
it's,
already got Whisper, right?
I'm guessing it's Wild Dorado.
You don't have Whisper yet.
Oh, okay.
Wild
When you rolled
Dorado.
over, I instinctively thought you were getting the sunglasses.
Oh, the sunglasses.
Sorry.
are-
Whisper
Right over
stuff?
here. Oh, we have fun, but also sometimes we... Okay. All right. Well, then that's what we'll do. I'm going to add a tag to somebody in that case. So, my friend.
So we're getting a hot tub?
Yes, but it's going to come
We're
with
in
a
a hot tub
MILF.
time machine.
It's going to come with a MILF. Oh, wait. Now this MILF is in a costume, but maybe I'll hold on.
Although, I feel like the combo of haltier plus a hot tub is...
No, good combo. Just it unequivocally cannot be a MILF.
Well, why does it,
Okay.
Because he is not a mother nor a woman who can be a mother.
Oh, really? Interesting. I see whose line in the spreadsheet you have clicked on, Philip.
Yeah, no, I have it open.
Oh, you can see what line I'm clicked on?
Yeah, with Boxer click.
Well, then I'll just go ahead and type it, because there's no...
Ooh.
Yeah, I think we can only see what you click on. I don't think the rest of us get.
Understood. Well, I've done it. So in any case, although that's just a tag I've applied, that doesn't necessarily mean, because if we wind up not summoning all three there. All right, so in that case, my friends and neighbors, we are going to begin tonight's game. Callie, Connor, and Doug. 7:55. Boy, did we waste a lot of time on MILFs. Guys, who are we kidding? It's never a waste of time on MILFs.
It was not a waste. Absolutely not.
Don't need the most love.
So, Callie, Connor, and Doug. It's been a long week full of way too much erotica. You guys have looked into the various sort of sexy characters because it was Valentine's Day and you're college students. And you were all researching how Doug acts outwardly, which is just horny as, just thirsty and horny. Did you guys just eat a bunch of really salty food? Because you sure are thirsty. I don't have one. Anyway,
Good night, everybody.
as you gather, Callie, once again, Nova has been the ghosts have sort of told Nova to stay away. But you also get a text from your girl Frankie, who is basically we'll say she's trying to she's coming up with a new rule and regulation for her dorm room, even though she is not an RA. She's coming up with a new code of conduct she'd like everyone to follow. Wednesday already is big MILF energy, even though she's not a... Oh no, the MILF, what am I talking about? That's the goat MILF right there. Margaret Circle?
Mrs. Doubtfire?
Well, no, she's
Or
not
Gilf.
Mrs. Doubtfire. She's Margaret Circle. Oh, come here, dearie. So, as you all head to Hampstead after a steamy week of reading. Okay. As you guys reach the place. I was going to roll this folder right now. Professor Davies is not present. Now that sort of the cat is out of the bag, he has even communicated to you guys here or there that he's not necessarily, he's going to leave you to your business. I do still have chat up, and what Brenninger just said is pretty darn amazing. I'm coming, dearie. Oh my goodness, dearie.
No. No, oh my god.
I can still feel it in my knees, dearie. Anywho, the three of you are present. And Mo, as he so often does, will kind of just will kind of greet you all with that sort of like, Mo does seem very haggard by all of this stuff, but Mo says there's a lot of books. One of them's wrapped in a frilly. I think one of them's wrapped in like women's underwear. I don't know. I don't know.
The stacks.
So as you guys just push past Wednesday's here, and she says, "Hello. Oh, it's only three of you tonight. Well then, I have extra buns to go around.
I'll take them.
Thank you, Wednesday.
I'll just take the plate
Of course.
No,
as I run by.
Oh, I will come. I will. Are you all right, Miss Callie? Do you need more buns?
yes, please.
Okay.
No, I mean, I don't want to like ask too much of you or anything, but I look forward to them every week. Is all, and
I will always keep some special for you. She
Thank you.
then reaches like behind a plant and pulls out another thing of them and hands you a plate and says, "Let me braid your hair while we." So she starts braiding your hair, and you guys come in, and Mo's just like, "All right, guys, I understand you're doing some stuff, but I gotta say, some of these books, I don't know that there's much artistic merit. Like, I get that sometimes the students do these, like erotica and fiction and stuff, but I mean, it looks like there's a character here just called the Hunk and the Hottie, and
Nice.
Look, Mo, we're just trying to explore every possible
all
avenue.
right, well, just all right, just
Don't judge a book by the cover. No.
okay. He sighs and walks out. So there are 5 books. There are 2 books that are sort of smaller for the Hunk and the Hottie. These are from Blood from a Stone. There is another
They're
sexy...
just magazines.
Yeah, they're just... honestly, they are. They are pin-up magazines. There's another... Oh my god. That's fully in the thing. They're glossy mags. Hunk and Hottie. And then Baskerville. There are some comic books that also... Oh! Yeah, we can fully do this. There's some comics about this character Baskerville that are like, if people are familiar with like certain comic book publishers like Dynamite or like Top Cow way back in the day are just it's like absurd the degree to which it's just like pin-up art on the covers. So there's this stupidly sexy drawing of Baskerville on the cover of a comic. And you know Frankie would be really sad she wasn't seeing it, even though she will see it and the real person were you to summon her.
Is Baskerville a man or a woman?
Baskerville is a woman,
Okay.
and I do feel a little bad that most of the sexy tags, because it's my male gaze, are just being applied to women, even though it's not exclusively. It also just these are just random rolls. Anyway, there's a lot of women in these games because I roll every character's gender. And so there's actually an equal number of women and men. Because I'm not...
But
Well,
disproportionate
I think
number
you
of
need to keep
sexy
defending
women versus
yourself for
sexy
this.
men.
What's that?
I think you need to keep defending yourself for this.
No, I can't defend myself. I'm just a gross straight boy. But, although when you guys see the Hunk, when you see the Hunk, you'll be like, okay, never mind. Philip's here. He's giving us what we need, those of us who are attracted to men.
I just need that power that the Hunk has. That's all I want.
Understood. The Hunk's power is not bad.
I'll flex.
The
Well,
Hunk's
let's start
flex is...
smashing these summon buttons so we can talk about this.
and
Probably
then-
4 or 5. Again.
So basically, yes, you have those 3 sort of sexy ones. Those are a little flimsier. Then you do have a larger, more fantasy novel-like tome about Mandy the Mouth, which really sounds like she should be from the Sexy Week.
I
Because her
feel like,
name is
yes,
Mandy
absolutely.
the Mouth. But it's a mouth for talking, not for...
Might as well call her the throat goat.
And then you also have this gentleman, Elbrand Brunt, whom at least one MILF named Abrielle deemed sexy, but he was not given the... Like, I could have
He
given...
should have the tag.
I could have given him the tag, but that was too disrespectful to Dan.
Sexier than train tag.
Oh, cold. No, there are plenty of dudes with the sexy tag. The Soldier of Fortune certainly has the sexy tag, for example.
I was trying to help y'all out by getting the Soldier of
I
Fortune.
understand.
in
Yeah,
here.
no, I get it. So, we have 5 characters you could summon. Are we going to summon all 5? You do actually have
Yes.
a pretty healthy stack of inspiration. So we'll say we summon everyone.
Smash that summon button, baby.
Yes.
All right. So, in that case, I think in the order they appear on the... No, I'll do the sexy ones, then the others. So first of all, you guys get the first book, you use your inspiration. A hottie
Ooh.
appears. She's like,
Oh my god.
"Hey everyone, I'm gonna be a model. And then,
Hello.
and then she turns around, and you're like, whoa. Do-do-do-do-do.
That is amazing.
And then she just starts posing. Next up,
Awooga.
is a very handsome guy. Check out the buns. Well, their buns are literally like hollowed out, so it's not that appealing, but that's the idea. And and the hunk shows up and goes, oh, and he just stretches, and you all hear this strain of like sexy jazz playing. There's just this like, ooh, kind of like, this all feels sort of, wait, where is the, oh yeah, where's Voluptuous Sunrise? I gotta play this song. So as you're like, there's just like smoothness as like some jazz flute and some like saxophone are playing for a moment in the distance as these sexy characters show up. Next up is someone who's sexy but not quite as obvious about it. As you open up the comic book to find Baskerville. Ooh, I gotta think. Baskerville is she's in a riding jacket, which is fun. And she has a mask on. And she immediately snaps her fingers and bonus summons one of her hellhounds. Ooh.
Puppy.
And her sort of hellhound's right next to her, and she sort of looks around and says, well, I'm not sure how I got here, but she looks at the hunk and the hottie. I imagine it'll be a good time. Baskerville
It
at your
is.
service. Good to see you all. The hunk and the hottie are literally just like, they're just like going through like poses of, you know, flexes and standing and like posing together and such. And she just kind of goes and stands with them, and the dog like just looks at both of them. The dog is scary. Looks like it'll come in like somewhat useful in a fight if anybody takes her on. Next up, and I feel bad because I don't have good satyr legs, so this is like a rough approximation. I'm sorry.
I like it.
Here's Mandy the Mouth. She appears. She is a satyr, so she's got, you know, cloven hooves. She looks over and she goes, okay, so the first thing you need to know about me. I will tell you anything, but I will tell anybody anything. I tell everybody everything. I'm Mandy the Mouth.
I'm Andy.
Hi.
I'm Doug.
Hi, Doug.
I'm Connor.
Hi, Connor.
You okay?
Tell everyone everything. I mean, is that unprompted, or
Oh my God.
do they ask first?
That's Callie.
Guys, Callie is so insecure and nervous and clearly has so many secrets.
No, I'm not insecure. I don't have secrets. I'm just. It's good to know. I just feel like I want a better comprehension of what you mean.
Oh, and if you ask me anything, I'll tell you, and then more. And then
Anything, huh?
the hunk and the hottie are like, can you tell people that we're amazing models? And she goes, well, judging by the looks of you, yes, I suppose I can. Hi, I'm Mandy the Mouth. Now, the thing you need to know about me is that I tell everybody everything. And Wednesday's just behind saying, she is a Loremaster, isn't she, miss?
Yes, she is.
I will make sure that she's brought to the other Loremasters.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
go ahead.
No, nothing.
There is one other character to summon.
No, he's so happy.
Here's his glow saber in hand. This well-dressed gentleman, Callie, this guy is very handsome. This guy is like way too symmetrical a face handsome.
He absolutely should have the sexy tag if he's that handsome.
He is, but when you
He's
hear
not
his,
sexy.
when you hear his vibe, it might go away because as he
He's
as he
just the
appears,
greatest human.
he just goes, "Oh, well, goodness." I feel like I just traveled here through hyperspace. Crazy. Well, hi everyone. What's going on? How did I get here? My name's Elbrand Brunt.
Yeah.
Doug.
Hi,
Connor.
Doug. Hey, Connor. It's really good to meet you, man. You seem like a cool guy.
You
Thanks.
too, Aldrin.
Doug? Doug and Connor. What a couple of cool guys.
Hey, you want a bun?
Oh my gosh, that's so generous of you. I'd love one. Thank you.
Can you eat?
That is delicious. Wow, that is so tasty. Oh my gosh. Did you make these yourself?
That was Wednesday.
Well, my compliments. These are fantastic. Wednesday says, "Thank you, sir. I don't care for him, miss. He's too positive."
I was wondering, you are a droid, are you not?
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, it's in his tag.
Well,
Look at him.
as it happens,
Like,
yes,
can you digest that?
I don't digest it, but I can reduce it down. It is not digested because it doesn't provide me any nourishment, but I can consume food and beverage and sort of reduce them to an easy to. So I'm a droid. I mean, wow. Well, first time for everything, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we have one more. All of you, thank you so much for being patient. We have one more book to open, and then Wednesday here will give you the rundown of what's going on.
Oh my gosh, well, Wednesday, if the rundown is 1 trillionth as good as your buns, I know we're in amazing hands. And he just walks over to her, and she's like,
They are really good buns. I mean, in his defense.
I appreciate that, miss, but I don't like the way he's smiling. The hunk and the hottie are like...
I think it's a wonderful smile.
The hunk and the hottie are like, "Hey, do you want to pose with us? Yeah, we could use another guy like you over here." And Baskerville says, "Oh, I might have other ideas of how to occupy his time." And Mandy the Mouth is just going, "Again, guys, I'm gonna tell everyone all about this, just so you understand." Like they're and the hunk and the hottie are like, "We want people to talk and to watch."
Do you guys know the radio?
No, they will soon, though. I'm sure that they'll probably gravitate towards each other, if anything.
Oh, you guys do notice while this is happening that there is a certain affinity. It's nothing specific, but like you notice that like Wednesday like has already like been like while she's managing them all to go somewhere else, there's this intrinsic connection she seems to have to the hunk and the hottie, and that is because they're both guests and she is staff. They are the hunk and the hottie are 2 guests of the Grand Voluptua Resort. There's so many minor characters you guys could get from there, including like there are Voluptua Grand Resort staff members. You can get a minor of those as well. But yeah, so basically like Iceman, Fireman, Trixie Daisy, they all have the staff tag because they all worked at the resort. As did Stone. He has the sexy tag for sure. Because he does rails and bangs everyone. But there is this last book, and you notice that because you summoned 3 of the people, the underwear on it has like slightly slid itself down every time more sexy characters were revealed. And once 3 have been revealed, it seems like part of the book disappears along with the underwear. And now there is this like red velvet tome.
All right, let's see what's in there.
Do you guys think that underwear belonged to whoever is going to come out of that book?
We can ask.
Should we ask?
That's the best looking package I've ever seen.
The hunk goes, "You'll have to amend that in a while." And the hottie goes, "Wait, what?" And he's like, "By the package, I mean like my dick." She's like, "Oh my god. That's what I thought you meant, but then I got confused. Because I was like, what about like the postman?" And he's like, "Do you want me to dress up like a postman? Because I can. I've done it before." It's like, "I bet you have a special delivery." It's gonna be a lot more of this, guys. So as they head over, yes, you guys can.
Welcome to the porn episode of Long Lost Love.
You guys can open the final book. But as you do so, you do have a feeling that part of it, there is a person forming, but there's also a thing forming, and the thing is a hot tub. And you guys get to place the hot tub right now. You could put it into course court if you wanted to. This is some real, like, you know, like you're trying to find enough squares in your map of your video game interface. So you could put it in course court. You can put it somewhere here if you want.
My dorm room.
You can't put it in your dorm room because that's
not.
out of the confines of Hampstead Hall. So, do you want it to go into course court? Do you want it to weirdly be the one thing in that black and white dusty place, or do you want it somewhere in this actual building? I think. Do any of you have 4 in detect?
Will we be able to move it? Like if we let's say we get like a beach patio later or whatever, would it would feel more appropriate somewhere else?
You probably could move it, yes.
Okay.
But you can't move it willy-nilly. We'll phrase it like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it like how my Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes works on Galactic Conquest. You would have to spend inspiration to move it.
Fair enough. All right.
So it's not for free. Yeah. So where would you like to put it for now?
I mean, might as well put it in course court.
All right.
Maybe for Callie and Nova's sake, we can try and get Rawlings' sister Mercy in there.
So yeah, Doug.
I like the idea of the secret jacuzzi and the weird black and white place, but course court works.
All right, so we'll put it in course court. How about? Do you want to put it in one of the? Would you like to? Ooh, here's a fun idea. Let's put it. I'm trying to think of places there that are. Ooh. I'll tell you what. Tatiana Temple will hate this, and we will put an alternate entrance to this, but we'll put it on the cantilevered balcony. It is.
Oh, because it's repaired, right? It's safe.
Yeah. So like, there's this balcony jutting off into kind of this expanse. So it will go on the. So you can feel that as you guys are like feeling to place it, that goes, and whoever was in it, sort of like for a brief moment, like disappears with it. So if you want to go see that person, you will need to go to the hot tub.
To the hot tub.
Wonderful. So as you guys, and I think that all of you do have, to one degree or another, a feeling that there is a MILF in that hot tub.
So do we have to go down to course court to see the MILF in the hot tub? Because I am willing to do that.
Understood. So as you guys head to course court, the music in the elevator this time is way sexier. I'm just gonna play Voluptuous Sunrise again. Very much more like smooth, whatever. And you seem to see some like, it smells like some people were making out in this elevator when you were last in it.
What?
Like it's possible that between the hunk, hottie, Baskerville, whoever, some people started making out as they rode this elevator down like a few minutes before you. But you guys, the doors open to the hall. Though everyone is gathered, all of the characters, and there's so many, are all, and you're getting 6 more today, Jesus Christ. All the characters are gathered in like the grand ballroom, but you guys can pass that. You overhear sexy AM FM radio is like approaching the hunk and the hottie and being like, oh my god, you guys should come to a costume party. You could go as sluts and players. And they're like, that sounds amazing. What did you go as? I was a sexy AM FM radio alarm because I can make anything sexy. Like, you can. Okay. In any case, but as you guys head to
I'll let them know we're going to the hot tub as we pass by that.
Well, as you say that, like you can see. Oh no! Literally, it will happen for once. So then you say that, and suddenly these 3 like immediately run up behind you. This one runs up behind you with literal like cartoon lines behind her. And is like, hot tub, hot tub. Somebody said hot tub, hot tub, hot tub. Yep, hot tub. I'm there. Cool. Sounds good. Anything to get away from whatever's happening at that room. It's basically the Astromancer and Tatiana are everybody arguing about nonsense.
Oh, that's right. We're gonna have to deal with Tatiana having another villain around.
It'll make
I
her
think she'll be
happy.
very happy about that.
Yeah, I don't want her happy.
Well, actually, as you watch, but I guess, you know what? We will actually say that Tatiana, like, Baskerville's like, ooh, hot tub. But Tatiana's like, hello, darling. I've been waiting for you. And she's like, oh, Miss Temple. I'm always thrilled to serve your needs. And Tatiana's like, of course you are, dear. Everyone is. So Baskerville, though sexy, will not go to the hot tub. She'll stay with Tatiana. Jacket Girl is sexy. But she looks at the age of the people going to the hot tub and returns to
Yep.
she
Attracts.
Jacket Girl is a ghost. So it really is just Duchess and the Voluptuans head upstairs.
Voluptuous.
And oh my
The
god,
more steel
when I
she would-
position her hands like this, it's like really like what's that?
I feel like more still would come, but
Oh my god,
More
yeah,
steel.
in a hot tub. Because you can get pregnant if even if it's just floating there for a while. Enough chemicals, anything can happen. So yeah, sure, more still will come. And then maybe more still will. Okay, so anyway, you guys get up to the hot tub. And you see, sort of sitting in the hot tub, playing a guitar, is La Trovadora.
I like her
Yeah.
face.
La Trovadora, she is singing. She is in the midst of playing a... So you guys are getting a fabled, and she is another lore master, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
She is a... La Trovadora has a lot of tags. La Trovadora... Okay, well, you don't... Oh, shoot. KJ doesn't know about what's happened, what was revealed 2 weeks ago in Blood from a Stone.
I don't.
You're going to care about her soon because of a tag she has.
Yes.
Once that's revealed. She is a lore master of Blood from a Stone. She is a mist walker, a performer, and she has the sexy tag. So, so she is a third lore master for Blood from a Stone. But she is there just kind of like playing a very kind of like sensual sounding song for you all. And she says, oh, good evening. It's good to see everyone. I'm La Trovadora. Does anyone know why I'm in a very pleasant hot tub on a deck looking out over a fake roiling sea? Does anyone know why this is happening?
the question is why aren't we in there with you?
I mean, I suppose that is the question. The hunk and the hottie and Sexy AMF and Radio are in. Duchess spins around and is in a like 1940s, like bathing suit, and she gets in, but she does a real big thing of like dipping her toe in and screaming and like flying around like a rocket because it's so hot. And then she settles in and goes, "I'm okay." But she does so, and then everyone is like splashed with water as they bounce up, and and then boingy boingy boingy. And La Trovadora says, "Hello,
Dive
nurse."
in too.
Doug hops into the. So basically, we got a lot of people in a hot tub. Also, La Trovadora, to make her filthy. So basically, she has like a dress, but I am giving her, if she stands up, I guess she'll keep her top on, but I am giving her the bubbles pants variant, where it's, her pants are just bubbles. Yep.
So, what? That's a thing?
Yep. That was from an actual
Yeah.
Lego set. There's a guy in the shower.
Oh yeah, okay.
All right.
Anyway, but So she is in here kind of just playing. Her dress is actually to the side. She's in a very, like, kind of like strappy undergarment of some kind. And you're not sure if she has anything under the water, but hey, guys.
Under the bubbles.
That's a hot tub. Doug, you have an interesting sensation as you're in this hot tub. Beyond just like, ooh, like everyone feels cool. Also, you're in it, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is a 6-person capacity, the hot tub. But you do feel your power kind of like surging in here, almost as if sitting in this hot tub recovers your power at a faster rate.
Oh.
Yeah, so the hot tub has a functional thing. Like, you guys can come in here and get, yeah.
What is the rate? Like, what if we were doing things that cost power while sitting in the hot tub?
You would have to experiment with it.
Okay.
But, yeah. In any case. But everyone's sort of sitting there and she's playing and she says, so, no one wants to explain to me why I'm here. With a very interesting, I think some of you are from Voluptua, is that right? And they're all like, and then she turns to Dutch and says, and you are from the Fractured Factory, is my guess? And she goes, I've definitely fractured a factory. I fractured all sorts of places. I fractured a factory, I fractured a library, I fractured a petting zoo, I fractured a femur. And the Troubadour's just like, I'm curious. What about you? Which of the domains are you from? She asked Doug.
This one?
Where are we anyway? Is this I don't think this is Merkshire. Is it Merkshire?
We're not anywhere that you know.
You're not.
What kind of we have
I don't know that the answer would actually answer any of your questions.
What state are we in again?
Connecticut?
I do not know Connecticut. Also, oh god, yeah, she's gone now. Oh, you guys did so much research in getting Course Court. You know that it is on like the Devonshire coast in England. So right now you're in Connecticut, but you're in a fake version of Devon in Connecticut. But
yeah, I mean we have someone here who can kind of give you the rundown of what the heck is going on.
How interesting.
Yeah.
I think that you guys know what her tags are at this point because she was a character you were looking for. She now has had sexy applied to her. We're bringing sexy back. So you do know she is a lore master. So you can. Yeah, we know that you know. The reason that we summoned you here is we know that you know a lot about where you're from. Oh.
We are gathering people like you from different places.
It seems to me that based on my company here, I thought you summoned me for just to have a little fun, but fair enough.
Why not both?
Exactly.
Excellent point. Why not both?
Yeah, there's also a man named Rawlings here, who I think is...
Rawlings. I've
You
heard
probably-
of Rawlings.
You're probably more aware of Longevous Mons.
No. Longevous Mons could not be here.
Oh, he's here.
He's a mountain, and he's here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check the freezer.
We are not in the Dreadlands, are we?
No.
Oh, I am very intrigued now. Yes, I'm very intrigued. Almost intrigued enough to avoid all of this fun. At this point, these three are making it. It's probably not PG-13 at this point. But basically, so while they're getting their orientation, hey now, and downstairs, Tatiana is trying to do a different kind of orientation. Doug is sitting in the hot tub, but so basically, yes, you have a hot tub for like quicker recuperation, and potentially, yes, you could maybe, you can use power in here and regain it faster for sure. So,
I guess.
Go ahead.
I'd like to. I guess I'm gonna invite La Trovadora. Say like, would you like to go meet the rest of the lore masters that we have assembled?
It pains me to leave such a comfortable spot, but I am willing to do so.
Maybe we can just bring them here, although perhaps it's rude.
Oh yeah.
So then she stands up without pants on, and it's like a moment. But then she gets out and steps into her dress. Yeah, spicy. So anyway, La Trovadora will she kind of towels off, and her hair instantly is perfect, and then she will carry her guitar down with you all. Doug, are you?
Did I get them condoms from the student health store? I don't know that.
You might want to bring condoms here now that the fuck team.
But nothing is real here, right?
Well,
You won't be able to bring their babies out, but they could have them.
I'm not even gonna.
Any if you get crabs from any of them, the crabs will not be on you when you leave, but they might be on you.
Will they
when you
come back when
in.
you?
Yeah, like they reappear on you. It looks like Duchess, and while this is going on, Duchess is like, stay still, you're moving too fast. Whoa, hubba. Reveal she's been just drawing a seagull who's perched on the thing. Oh, also, this is happening. So as Duchess and the Voluptuans, Doug, are you going to go downstairs as well?
Begrudgingly,
Okay.
yes.
So as you guys all
We could just
head
bring them up
down,
there.
so basically as you guys all head down, you hear many raised voices coming from the room as the Trovador's leading, but then you hear this one voice cutting through, just saying, "Everyone, I completely understand that this is a tense situation, and I also want to say thank you to Tatiana Temple. I have to say that the way you explained this is honestly, like, you couldn't have done a better job of orienting us to what's going on here, because I completely understand what's happening." Tatiana goes, "Thank you, dear." But so as you guys walk in, Elbrand is just there, like, but it is important. It's important for you all to understand that we have an opportunity to all work together here. And I'm so excited to hear everyone's ideas of how to do this. I think it's great. So let's just all, whenever we get the urge to get angry, let's remember that we're all here. We all want to have as good a time as possible. The interior man goes, "I don't care about a good time. I just care about a tight time." Well,
Oh, sounds like part of Sexy Week to me.
and that's great for you, man. I think, I love that you have such different. Everyone has just such cool, different energy here. This is amazing. And Tatiana's just kind of whatever in Baskerville will sort of say, "I still would." But basically, La Trovadora kind of Wednesday sort of walks over to you and says, "Oh, I don't recall this one being summoned, miss."
Well, no, there was a book wrapped in underwear, and the underwear took itself off, and I'm not really sure what happened. It's.
Oh my.
She's here.
She came with a hot tub upstairs.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Well, should she undergo orientation as well?
I think she was oriented.
Yeah, we did our best.
We're gonna gather the Loremasters.
Of course, I have them. She sort of, kind of like claps twice, and like the wellness stride is just going around. Be well, be well, be well. And Margaret Circle with that cue goes, "Yes, Loremaster dearies, right this way. We'll have a nice pot of tea for you all, and you can talk about all the law, and so can I, because I'm one of you. Yes, this way, my dearies, this way. Us Loremasters have many things to talk about. Oh, hello." Yes, the Loremasters, which there really are a lot of them. We have Wiki. We have Margaret Circle. We have Mrs. Got It. We have, where's Mandy? We got Mandy the Mouth. Ooh, guys, I'm genuinely running out of fingers here. That's what they're saying upstairs in the hot tub. You have La Trovadora. You have Beth and Afa. You have Walker. You guys have triple Loremasters from, you do have triple lore masters from Blood from a Stone, by the way. So you're probably going to reveal more than I want revealed about that game. 3 of them
It's
there.
almost as if you had control over what they revealed.
Well, I do, but I also want to reward you guys doing things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And we have a frog.
That's right. Igric is the other
Yes.
one. Oh my god. There really are
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of domains at this point. Okay, so yeah, you've got... Oh, there's so fucking many people. I can't, I'm just gonna...
Hold them all up. No.
There's just too many here.
You're like that stock photo of the guy trying to hold all the lemons for no reason.
Yeah, that's me, all right. So, the Lore Masters will head to the library. Would you like to join them?
Yes.
All right. So the Lore Masters settled into the library. Wednesday has, there's much tea in there for everyone. Wednesday has a lot of snacks for the Lore Masters and says, I made a lot of brain food because these are the people who like to talk and know things and have knowledge.
Thanks, Wednesday.
If you need anything, you can find me outside, but I will leave you all to it. If you need anything, find me, or of course ask Margaret Circle, because she is one of my staff who works for me.
Yes, thank you.
So, there are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Lore Masters from 8 different domains are all here for you guys.
I guess, just generally speaking, have they because it's been like a couple, like 2 or 3 weeks since we really checked in with them.
Yeah.
Have they been able to put their heads together and kind of figure out things with more stuff about what's going on?
They sort of, you do get the sense that some of the ones who were here earliest, like Rawlings to a certain extent.
And several of them, I mean, obviously not the people we got today, but all of those other ones have been in the Dream Place at least once, right? I mean, not Margaret Circle, I guess.
I'm not sure anybody ever took Wiki.
Yep, no.
Somebody took Wiki? Okay.
Medina did.
Yeah, but you did because you have the sword.
Yeah, and you guys took Igric. I don't know that anybody ever took Walker, but yeah.
Nova took
Nova
Walker
took
last-
Walker. Okay, great. Then yes. Then yeah, I believe everyone in that case except for La Trovadora and Mandy have gone to the
Margaret Circle.
and Margaret Circle. So 70% of the 10 here.
Okay,
So
that's
basically they can start. So Rawlings and the Astromancer have sort of been here the longest. So they sort of, Rawlings will talk because otherwise the Astromancer, there's just, comets exploding all the way. But Rawlings will basically say, yes, so, I am looking forward now that all the Lore Masters are here, we can discuss this and then maybe, Sister Mercy will stop accusing me of things that really aren't what's going on, because he turns to, La Trovadora and says, she wound up hearing a song from what in La Trovadora's, oh, I know all about the songs of dread. Well, yeah, she heard one of the songs from one of these places, and so it's made her fall in love with me. Say no more, I understand. But so in any case, she's very upset with me that I spend time with other people. Yes, but for those, La Trovadora, I believe I do understand. Perhaps you're one of the Mistwalkers. Is that correct? Because I have met Mistwalkers. I remember I met the Drifter, and she goes, ugh. Don't get me started on. Okay, well, yes. In any case, it's wonderful to meet you. I have many questions for you about our specific sort of lore that Mr. Walker here could not answer for me. And she kind of nods to Walker, and he kind of gives her like a whatever look. He says, "But Miss Mouth," and she goes, "Okay." So, in case anyone here didn't hear, before I start, and everyone else in unison goes, "You tell everybody everything." And the Astromancer's voice super booms while that happens. But Rawlings begins asking Mandy the Mouth some very simple cosmological questions. Questions about the nature of magic. As he does so, many of the Lore Masters, they have, books and stuff, so, they're all, jotting down notes about this and kind of So it quickly becomes apparent that just with their own analysis, they are sort of claiming that that the place that Mandy comes from is, for lack of a better term, what they're calling a type A universe, a type A setting, A for arcane, places where magic is the primary motivation of things. And it seems that there are a couple of others that are type A. Gray in the Dark is type A. Wellness Beyond the Witchlight is type A, but has a little asterisk. And in parentheses, it's type A, parentheses, F. And Blood from a Stone is type A, parentheses, D. The F is for Fairylands, and the D is for Dreadlands. In other words, that it's primarily the information that is coming from everything about Wellness Beyond the Witchlight is largely set in the Fairylands, and everything about Blood from a Stone was entirely set in the Dreadlands. But it seems like all of those settings do have a sort of commonality to them. Blue Moon is also a D, because Blue Moon is set in a Dreadland, which La Trovadora, upon hearing Wiki talk a little bit, is fascinated by.
So it's still an A, though?
It's still an A, yes.
Okay.
And with a little bit more chatting, the first huge revelation of this stuff comes that you guys will witness after just like a little bit of talking. There are a shocking number of similarities between some of the cosmology that Mandy the Mouth is describing and the cosmology of one of the other Loremasters. So much so that they realize, from whatever other lore she knows about her world, that Wiki is from the same universe as Mandy the Mouth. Blue Moon is, that we revealed this in game, but Blue Moon is connected to Here Be Dragons. It is literally like it's one of the Dreadlands there, it's one they're not in. So it's set there. So suddenly there's this realization of like, oh, okay, so you guys count as separate, and like for some reason they are segmented out, but we now know you two are connected. There is also a clear connection, despite the total disparate nature, because Top Flight is what's called a Type I universe for infinity. In other words, it has every single kind of nonsense. It has mundanity, it has arcana, it has galactic cosmic stuff. But Top Flight is a Type I. It has everything, Type Infinite. And in that Type Infinite universe, there are some clear connections between it and the Type AD called Blood from a Stone. So clearly everyone is realizing these are not as disparate as they thought. Star Tales is considered a type G, being fully galactic. Despite Margaret Circle's insistence on ghosts, it is eventually determined that Murder by Murder is perhaps the rarest of these zones. It is type M for mundane. So the vast majority are type A. Then you have type G, type I, and type M. I don't think I forgot anyone. I'll go through them all. Type AD, type AD, type AF. He just likes it's a frog. Type G, type M, type I, type AD, type A, type A, type AD. Yep, that's all. Cool. So, there is a now classification and a realization that some of them are connected to others. The largest outliers so far seem to be the one type G and the one type M, obviously. because the type I, being infinite, has some weird connection to some of the A's. So
how does
Say which one
our
Gray in the Dark?
oh, go ahead.
yeah, please.
Did you say which one Gray in the Dark was?
Gray in the Dark is type A.
Okay.
Although it probably has its own asterisk because it's like color bleed. What the fuck is that about?
Right.
Son of a bitch. Shoot. Callie, I'm gonna let you do something now. I shouldn't allow. You've heard all of this. I'm going to allow you to make an analyze roll based on all you've
Yay.
heard. If you would like to spend points ahead of time to kick that up, you certainly may. I doubt we're going into the purple today, so, you know.
Yeah.
And you could always pop in the
Yeah,
hot tub to
sure.
get them back.
Is it, how many points per die is it?
It is 2 per die.
Yeah, all right, I'll spend 6 to roll. Nope, wait.
If you spend 6, you'll have 9.
Now let's do 10. Let's do 8. So I'll have 5 left.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so I got 3 6s. And 2 4s. And that's it.
3 6s and 2 4s.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you going to spend those 5 power to change anything to anything, or you'll leave it with 3?
I mean, if I do, I'm just gonna go sit immediately in the hot tub, though, just in case.
I get it.
No, it's fine.
Okay. So geometry is actually one of the... Geometry and astronomy are the best things you could roll for this, because they're all about size, shape, relativity, or about, like, you know, angles, positioning. The 2 double 4s in music, those would be less applicable. But Callie. Actually, I'm going to give the 2 4s on another thing. You notice there's a weird similarity between La Trovadora and Beth and Afa. She keeps looking at him very, like, meaningfully. When he's talking about some of the things from his world, she's leaning in really close. She talks about how she is from a place that is nothing but Dreadlands, and Beth and Afa seems to be really familiar with this concept. He calls them, like, realms of nightmare. And she's, like, nodding, and she even maybe makes 1 or 2 comments about, like, of course you know that, or something. So you begin to have a realization, this is with your 4, this is with your 2, that these Mistwalkers and these Shadow Elves have something in common. After all, the main power of the Shadow Elves is that they can walk through that purple mist uninhibited. And apparently, that's what these Mistwalkers do. They move around between the domains in their dark places. She doesn't look like an elf. But that triggers something that would trigger KJ so hard, but for Callie is merely something interesting. Because they keep talking about purple mist. And they keep talking about the power of this purple mist and this nightmare that it can contain. And Beth and Afa is from a place where someone, according to the characters in it, maybe the Shadow Elves, got rid of all the color.
I mean, he would know what purple is.
He knows what purple is, but you're realizing that that world, they got rid of the color. The Shadow Elves wanted the color gone. Or some shadow elves wanted color gone. And color is super important to something that is very intrinsically important to them. So you're beginning to have a suspicion that, I mean, you don't know what's happening in that story, because whatever, but, Duchess, she's all worried about there being no color. This is kind of, honestly, everybody out there, this is more for KJ than Callie. This is more a little, letting KJ have a, uh-oh. But Callie, you are certainly putting it together. Callie, your analysis with a 3 would indicate that there is a direct correlation to the shadow elf ability to walk through these purple nightmare realms and the power of nightmare in these dreadlands, and the fact that something went weird with color in Blood from a Stone, or in Grey in the Dark. The point being that Grey in the Dark, you half wonder if it was all about shadow elves and dreadlands.
Okay.
Now, is it because somebody said, I don't want a game where there's dreadlands? And the only way to get rid of it would be to take all the color away so there could be no purple? No, I'm not that sadistic. It's not your fault. But that's a cool, dark idea, right? That there's no color explicitly because you said you didn't want to have any dreadlands? That's not why. But that would be really mean of me, right?
But you would never do something mean, Philip.
No, I wouldn't I would do mean things, but I didn't do that. I would, but I didn't think of it ahead of time. I thought of it well after the fact and really considered blaming her in the end, but I can't. It's not fair. So
The audacity.
However, that's some interesting information. Even Callie would probably just generally be intrigued by, oh, okay. But what that is telling you is that the type A's all seem to have a similar rule set. You don't think that there are domains of dread in the type G or the type M. There might be in type I, because type I contains everything. But you don't think that there's a fairyland in the...
Didn't we go to a dreadland in Top Flight?
Yeah. In type I it does, because type I has everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's not in
Sorry,
G or I, or at least if there's...
You're saying type I.
Here M.
Type M. I mean type M. I'm very sorry. Guys, there's too many letters and too many shenanigans. We just brought 6 characters in, and 3...
And a hot tub.
And a hot tub. And a MILF, also. She's a MILF, apparently.
Honestly, the best part of the night.
I don't know. La Trovador is a MILF, I guess. All right. Whoever we were casting, it's just add plus 10.
Let's just cast Penelope Cruz, and great.
Yeah. It was Adria Arjona in my mind. Now it's Penelope Cruz. I guess that's the idea.
Just do either Beth and Afa or La Trovadora say those words at any point during this?
Connor, if you'd like to bring that up.
Beth and Effa probably would if you asked them to, honestly.
Yeah, Beth and Effa could. If you say, what were those words you said when we arrived? Connor, you can do that. That's meta, but
yeah.
Connor, if you do that, he will, there is this moment where he's like... Wait, didn't I write it? Oh my god. Merkusgaden die Garudi. Oh, Bach. Maybe it's there? Yeah. Merkusgaden die Garudi Blentin Bach. And as he says that, La Trovadora takes her guitar. And she begins to sing those exact words in this very haunting tune. With this kind of do-do-do, and he goes, oh, you... wait, Welsh accent. He's like, it's been years since I've heard anyone sing a tune like that. That's incredible. I've not heard it sung in that way. And I spend almost all my time going over old Shadow Elf lore. And she will say, yes, well, I haven't heard it in a while either, but I did play it somewhat recently. The music just got really loud to everyone listening, sorry. But there's like a weird vibe there. So basically, she seems to know the same language. And even he will say, and that does track, because also I've met the Umbral Queen. She comes from a different type A, from what they call Herby Dragons. And in Herby Dragons, they speak the same old Shadow Elf tongue that we do. And she's like, so it would appear that the type A's they use a lot of the same parts. They use the same pieces. And they're very,
it makes sense if they're the same. They're similar driving forces.
similar
It makes
driving
sense that
forces, they are.
the footprints would overlap.
In other words, this is a word some of us, forgive me for bringing this up, because I know we have very different backgrounds and perspectives on the lore that we carry. But it seems it has to do with genre. And they all sort of nod. You see, they're all, these are all stories. These are all settings for stories. Some are terrifying nightmares, some are tales of adventure. But they have a fantasy, magic in common. Others are tales of the stars in a way that some of ours bleed into a little bit. We have a place called Rocket Base 95 and oh yes, I've been there. Yes, I'm very familiar with Rocket Base 95. That was yes, I was forced to consume food, and then I went to Voluptua, and that's where I ultimately perished. She goes, well, there you go. But the point is, yes, it does appear that we are from different kinds of, because you are bringing us here from books, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So we are characters from different kinds of stories. Some share tropes, some are very different. Margaret Circle says, oh dearies, well, our stories seem very tame in comparison to all the things and the magic and the... all these things you all have. More tea, dearies. But Le Trovador will say, even so, it is significant that you are here as well, and that we are literally in a place from your world. I think these stories, there is significance to all of them.
But what about that purple place? How does that tie in?
And you said this is the Dreamlands.
Yeah,
As far as we can tell.
but it's
As
just
far
like
as
a
we've been
little.
told.
When we flew in the ship, it's not. It's like a little slab.
There are other ones we can go to.
Mrs. Goddard's like, yeah, you just gotta take the ship further. And if you need me parts for the ship, Mrs. Goddard's got it. I don't really know about all this magic stuff. I mean, they sort of have the Force and all that. And Astrometra says, where I'm from, it's called the Power Galactic. Everyone's like, right, yeah, thank you.
Oh, you don't say.
But have I not said that? My many apologies.
No.
Rawlings says, yes, so in any case, this is very interesting. It seems that I thought that I wanted to know everything about the Dreadlands, but no, I want to know everything about all of these different settings, and what connects them, and why they're here, and why you're able to access them, and how it is that there's this other place. Yes, the purple place, we may need more time to discuss that, but I do think it might be good for you to bring... we could probably learn something if we all went there together.
Yeah, we definitely bring as many of you as possible.
Yeah. Oh, hold on, wait.
There are 10 of them, and each
Yeah,
of you
so
can
I
bring
mean,
3.
Yeah, tonight may not be the best time to go then, because probably the students will be here to bring you along next week.
Yes. Yes, but I think if you could bring us all and we could go there, and perhaps we could experiment a bit, then we might learn more about what that place is.
So we also, Callie, who is your friend who you went to the bathroom with?
Well, she's not my friend, and I didn't need to go to the bathroom. They forced me to go to the bathroom, but her name was Kimmy. She liked archers, and she her stories. If I'd never heard of them, and we don't have them here. They're from I think she said the place was Provinia.
Burladon, she said.
Burladon, and the book was Provinia.
She was reading a book, called the Palladium Order specifically. But that would have been.
Oh, I got my.
But the point, yes, you're sort of saying that, and they say that is very fascinating. So this is Rawlings, of course. Oh, so in other words, you're saying that there are other people like you who can bring characters into that dreamland, but they're characters you're unfamiliar with, that you can't find those stories here.
I don't know that they're doing it the same way that we're doing it, though, because she was talking about dream circles. She didn't say anything about just reading a book and then getting into an elevator.
Mandy's about like, oh, dream circles? I can tell you anything you want to know about dream circles.
Yeah, actually, that'd be great. Yeah, can you?
Do you know
yeah,
how to
sure.
use a dream circle to get to the purple place?
Well, you can use a dream circle to go dream walking. It's like it's similar to the thing where you go to the astral plane. It's sort of a connected realm, but some people say the dreamlands are different from the astral plane. So basically what you can do, what I've heard about, and the way I hear it, is sometimes some of these wizards, because you know these guys. Let me tell you about this one. Okay, well, first of all, if we're talking about this, I got to tell you about this domain of delight called North Kettle. There's this guy there. His name is Mr. Bastard. He is a piece of work. Oh, man, you will not believe what I could tell you about anytime you guys want to get her back on the tracks. You're welcome to. Or if you care about Mr. Bastard, she can tell you all about Mr. Bastard. Mr. Bastard is a boggle, and he is an archfey, and he is a dick. He's murdered so many other archfey, or like people who they care about, just to be a dick about it. Sorry, what?
Is he in the Dreamlands? Is he?
Oh, sorry. Oh my god, I'm all over the place. I'm gonna tell everybody you've asked everything I've heard here, by the way. But yes, Mr. Bastard, one thing he likes to do is find wizards when they go into the dream circle. He likes to like they enter the dreamlands to do like their lucid dreaming, and he likes to kill them in this really messed up way that severs their soul and has them like cast off wandering through the dreamlands forever. And then he does awful things with their bodies.
And how do you get to the dreamlands through the dream circle?
Well, you can create a dream circle. It's sort of like there's a spell. She's kind of looking over at like the other like type A people, but not all of them are necessarily this kind of mage. But she's saying there's this like astral projection spell you can do. It's like a version of that where you enter dreamlands instead. So
Frog, can you do?
Frog's like, oh, right, yeah, I'm actually well aware of what you're talking about. Forgot I was here. Apologies. I was just watching. I was like watching it like it was a right tennis match. I was at Wimbledon. Because I was just going back and forth. And what was that words here? One there, Bob's your uncle. I was out of it, but I'm back in it now. Yeah, it's a matter of fact that it's a form of magic I'm right familiar with. I am. I can explain how one could cast that, but I don't know that you've got any casters here. Aside from maybe that Tatiana Temple lady, she might have the spell casting.
What about Ellibug?
Oh, Ellibug, she might have it now. Ellibug, yeah. She might not, Ellibug might not quite be at the level where she could, but maybe with some help she could. That's a fair point, actually. Ellibug, to me, she's always been a bit of a Fritzy Dipper, where she's always just sort of singing her songs and playing around, but I forget she's got some spell-casting acumen she does, hasn't she? Yeah.
I know, based on the place we're staying in now, that Margaret Circle's world has this, but, are the rest of you aware of people named, like Thor or Odin? Or Zeus, or you guys know names like that as gods or anything like that?
Mrs. Goddard's like, I'm sure people with those names have popped up somewhere in the galaxy, because pretty much every combination of letters has been a name where I'm from, since there's so many trillions of beings. But the rest of them, they all look around. No one is familiar with those names. Margaret Circle's like, I think I've heard of them, but I've more heard about the good people of Course Court I have. Okay.
Statues
Oh,
of them all over
I can
the
get you
place,
some
Margaret.
movies, and you can learn about them.
Oh, movies. Sounds lovely. Ah. Yep. But basically, so yeah, between Mandy and Kriggig, they definitely think they could talk to you about, like, that dream circle magic. But I guess Kriggig would say, of course, as far as I'm understanding it, if we can enter the dream realms just through going through an elevator, I mean, granted, you can only do it once a week, but it's a right more convenient than having to gather up expensive material and cast a spell like this. So, you've sort of got a one-way ticket. Your elevator, what brings us here, it's sort of like a ticket to your dreamlands. I'm actually gonna say, all three of you make a Callie, you can do a flat intellect. Connor, you guys could either do flat intellect, or I'd let you roll a luck. Luck is it's a longer shot to get things with luck. You need higher success, but you could do a luck if you wanted to instead for Connor or Doug.
2 2s.
I'm gonna roll luck because luck seems fun.
Sure. 2 2s.
Can we add
I'm gonna
die to
spend-
the luck?
Sure.
I'm gonna spend 4 points to get 2 extra dice.
Love it.
I will spend.
So, does that make us a Type M universe then?
Aside from the house in which this house is located via magic elevator, miss, I'd say you are Type M for sure. Although it does seem to be a Type M that has some weird correlation to the positioning of a
Well-
Type I.
Who's to say there's not a library in Margaret's World that has something like this?
Oh
Just not aware
dear!
about?
What a fascinating idea! So maybe I have seen ghosts after all! Oh my!
It's not. Okay. That's fine. I just.
Alright, so
So-
Callie, you have 2 2s. Connor, what do you have? Oh, you're muted.
I'm going to spend 5 more power
Mhm.
to change one of my dice,
Love it.
and I will be changing that to a 6. So I have 3 6s.
3
Number of the
sixes.
beast, baby.
The number of the beast. Doug, any success for you?
I have 3 6s, and I was going to use the 5 to get a 4th 6.
All right. So
Damn it.
basically, yeah, Doug and Connor it's all about. So Callie, you're kind of you're sort of half remembering something about there was something else with purple that was going on and some other thing, something Nova was saying, but we'll say that Doug and Connor, you both can succeed with you just needed a third instead of a second with luck. But Doug, you say it first because you spent stupid amounts of power to do so. You both remember that Nova was saying that when you guys were first walking into Course Court, that she saw like purple, like forming the place.
Right.
And upon that, the others are saying, oh, well that means maybe we're already in a portion of the Dreamlands right here.
If we didn't get here by dreaming,
I wonder if we could, like, if we go up in the elevator, I wonder if we could fly here in the tree ship. Or,
you mean from
yeah,
the
yes,
our town and just fly here?
yeah.
But when
Right.
we're here, we can hold the ship in our hands. it changes?
The ship's in the library.
You can't
The ship's not down
bring
here.
the ship
Oh,
into Course
right.
Court.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think we should.
You can only
We should
carry
try
the
that.
ship along to. Or wait, I suppose actually, strictly speaking, do you want to bring the ship to Course Court?
Can it be here? Can I just be like? Can I just think about the ship being outside?
None of you technically have characters, but because you've never had a pilot, no. But Doug, you could try to bring the ship here the way you guys have placed characters here, certainly.
Wish I didn't spend all my power, but we can. We could try.
All right.
We need a garage for it.
Park it in the lawn.
You guys sort of, you hear some like people being like, "Whoa, commotion!" And in fact, you do go out, and the front door is the elevator thing. But if you go to the back, hovering over the water, tree ship is there. It's just sitting there.
Oh, sweet.
I mean, we could go take it for a joyride right now. Just see what's
Maybe
what's
a
out
quick
past
dip in the
water.
jacuzzi.
If you want to wait in the jacuzzi, we can bring Jack Girl with us.
We'll even. So yeah, go ahead, Callie.
We can't have the characters in our heads here, though.
You cannot have the characters in your heads here. That is true.
No, but they physically exist here.
They physically exist here. They can attempt stuff, but we will even. If you guys are going to chase this down, this will be a bit of hand waving of some time because it seems like a thing you will try. If you bring Jacket Girl or Arthur the driver, for that matter, out to the ship, you guys could get into it, but she will basically say, like, our current situation is like a relationship with a man under 70. It's going nowhere. According to my telemetry, we are basically like 10 meters from the edge of reality here.
Oh,
Okay, so we're in a very small pocket.
We're in a very
Okay.
small pocket, yeah. I mean, or whatever, or just, I mean, she even like can like, she'll fly tree ship just like slightly like, and she's
I mean,
she's a good pilot, so she's deftly, but she's like, yeah, we're not going anywhere. Like, you can have it here because I guess it's a thing you can conjure, but like,
right.
we're not going anywhere.
I mean, in that case, I think it'd be. We could talk to all our spellcasters, and see if
How
there
many
are
do we
ways,
even
if they know of
have?
ways to jump between pocket dimensions of similar stuff.
Ooh, a very interesting idea. They can you can kind of put that as a task for them to do, is to sort of say maybe with spellcasters they can jump, maybe if there's a way to get the ship to jump, but also, yeah, go ahead, Callie.
No, I'm counting spellcasters.
I think you
can
guys
we just
have,
fly the ship between?
4.
the ship can't go. Like, the ship is like blocked. Like if the ship flies against the sky, it's like there's just sort of like a projection of scenery
Invisible
around you
wall.
guys here. Invisible
Like the
wall.
Truman Show.
It's Truman Show. You're just bouncing against stuff. Yeah. So as
But
far as
in the purple place, we can fly beyond.
you could try
what
to
we
fly
saw.
beyond for sure. So, weird cosmologies and nesting things. I will certainly say that you guys are, it's been a long night. You feel like you've got a lot of stuff. You feel like you have maybe a plan for next week, which does follow from what we've done, which involves.
Frigig's not a spellcaster?
He actually should be a spellcaster. That is an error. I will add that.
5. We have 5.
Well, wait, is Morsteel listed as a spellcaster?
No.
Familiars. That should maybe be a tag thing of familiars are like. I'm gonna just add to the
Just like a
familiar
type of
tag.
spellcaster?
Familiars are also, considered. I'm just gonna put it in parentheses. Lesser spellcasters, and
There's
are
Hopper too.
capable. Does he have spellcaster tag? Okay,
It's
good.
familiar.
So we're just gonna say they're considered lesser spellcasters and are capable of minor magical abilities. Cool.
Okay, so we're looking for familiars and spellcasters. So that's 1, 2.
So you have Tatiana Temple, you have
Okay, so if we're just going down the list.
Ellie
that
Ellie
is-
Bog.
There's the one we got today.
Did you get a spellcaster today?
Baskerville.
Oh, Baskerville's a spellcaster for sure. Yeah. Cool.
And then, so it's Baskerville.
Astromancer.
Astromancer.
She is a spellcaster. I always forget that.
Tatiana Temple. Hopper. Ellie Bog. Frigig Moresteel.
Would a Dreadlord be a caster?
Some Dreadlords probably would be, but he would not be. For he is the mountain. Alright, well, so you guys have some goals. Based on this, would you like a spellcaster at Book Fair? Or do you have other things you'd most like to look into?
I mean, we already have, because I think, like, we are just, like, putting the spellcaster, we have a bunch of spellcasters, we're just putting their heads together. So it's like, I don't know.
Okay. Then in that case, this week, maybe we should have we'll have an all things arcane book fair, where you will have a new action that is like what do we call it? Like practice magic or something, some kind of
some close-up magic.
Cast a spell on me.
We should call because we have research, transcribe, read. Cast. You're not really casting spells. Don't want to say conjure because you already conjure. What's a word to basically for you guys to like kind of the way we did when you were like getting dirt on the professor. If there's ways that you can, this will be a thing for you guys to like help them get more magic in what they're doing.
Ritualism.
Oh, what about just practice?
Practical magic.
Practical magic.
Is this your card?
Close-up magic. It's just close-up magic, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, this is random. What if we just all researched Maisie this week?
You can. I
you are
believe,
not getting me, demon.
I believe, though, if you look at Maisie on the character sheet, in Project Characters, Maisie, oh, you haven't even oh, I see what you're saying. You would have
You haven't uncovered tags yet.
Maisie, forget about tags. Maisie has some not inconsiderable requirements, my friend.
We know that, but we don't know what they are until we research her.
That's true. Okay, so for a book fair,
we have to like unlock every single Dreadlord or something.
When you say it out loud, it seems unreasonable.
Those are the requirements now.
so maybe it's not every
Plus the
single
doll.
one. You have to get the doll, and you have to get some Dreadlords, but maybe you don't need to get all of them. Did I put how many you have to get? Okay, that might be unreasonable. Although Maisie is the ultimate chase character, so yes, maybe. Maybe it's reasonable. Okay. But how do we feel about an event this week that gives
magic show?
Practice for magic show. Yeah, basically. How do we feel about an event this week that gives you like it doesn't give you more spellcasters, but you know what? Just to be nice, I'll do double rewards on spellcasters in case people do them. But that's not the focus. The focus is on
Do
yeah.
the force count as spellcasters?
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh wait, we don't have any force casters though, right?
You do not.
Well, there's some on the list.
There
I just
are.
mean, you're thinking of Haldir, aren't you?
No, I was thinking of
Quag.
Well, Quag's
counts,
a Chikara user.
the Chikara user is a form of spellcasting, so yes, I would count that. Chikara is Japanese for force, by the way.
like Lady Perverse and
Lady
all of
Perverse,
that.
sure, a lot of people. Okay, but yeah, I will come up with the right term for what it is, but it does seem like you guys would like to help the. Basically, what I'm trying to do is give you a new action, a new downtime activity where you can help the Loremasters and spellcasters you already have, like, coordinate more magic. So that seems like a good. Does
Yeah,
that seem like the
sure.
correct one, or do you just want another sexy one?
I mean,
I
we always
mean,
like
yeah.
sexy, but we might as well,
Okay, cool.
I'm
Variety
not
is
against
also
just
sexy.
having like an army of sexy people
Well,
going
so
into the Dreamlands.
at some point,
Change the type of dream we head into.
there is this person has never come up, but there's a character, because I mean there always has to be. There's a legendary sexy character who provides a big who has a similar like bring me your sexy, here's huge benefits for a bunch of sexy people, to the way that like, you know, to the way that Tatiana Hell does for villains, or Umbral does. What'd you say, Doug?
The filthmonger.
I'm the filthmonger. Yeah, it is the filthmonger. You got me, bro. Okay. Well, great. Okay, well, we're gonna do that. We will say that this is where you guys end tonight's game, as you sort of like you talk very late into the night with these. You learn that the ship can't travel, but you have some info. But I do feel like we have a very clear thing we're doing next week. So even though it is going into the purple, it will be more of a like, it's more of like go in purple, experiment there. You can go to town if you want to, but it's not just, you know. Okay, perfect. Well, awesome. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I think that's where we're gonna wrap it. Wrap it up like everyone up in the hot tub hopefully is doing.
Oh, make sure we have Wednesday clean that regularly.
Wednesday will say, I will not be responsible. I will be putting that on one of my lower staff members. But yes, it will be clean. It
Like,
will be
a
drained.
couple times a day.
There's someone that can just magic clean it, like.
We will. Oh yes, perhaps we can use. Oh, perhaps the wellness sprite can use magic to clean it, or more steel, and then someone will have to clean out the body glitter and the cigarette butts and
Nothing gets glitter out.
yes, no, that's why glitter is the ultimate evil. Too sparkly. So, with all of that in mind, that's where we'll end tonight's episode. We're going to have a practical, I'll probably just call it practical magic book fair, where you guys can help, in addition to typical things, you can help these people sort of learn sort of some spell casting, if there's a means of traveling more rapidly between these places using magic and all that sort of thing. But I feel like you made a lot of progress and you learned a lot of things. Some about this game, some about other games. But yeah, so that's great. And we will be here tomorrow with Grey in the Dark, where they're currently on a mountaintop, and they have a ring of chainmail from a mountain-sized archfey, and nothing bad will happen with that.
Well,
15
I mean, I don't
feet
know.
away.
Last week we managed to cross the road, so.
That is true. They literally crossed a road last week. This one is always 15 feet away from any of the others. On Friday, Blood from a Stone. Guys, this most recent Blood from a Stone is so good. Our vampire adventure, it's really good. Very crazy stuff happening.
Fun.
It was so fun. So I was generally surprised by numerous things in it. So that was that. So check that out. We'll be back on Friday with more that will deal with the fallout of how that episode went down, but also will return to Alvin Theodore and his adventures. And then on Sunday, neither of them are in it, but we have Mystic Starport on Sunday. So come and join us for more space adventure stuff.
Yeah.
She likes that. She likes None of her wrote up, but that'll be out. Well, guys, this was awesome. So thank you, and then we'll be back here a week from tonight. With more of our crew and ready to venture in with Loremasters and all sorts of fun stuff. Well, thank you all so much for watching.
Also, thank you to Galanorian Saber for resubscribing. That was their 9-month anniversary. So Galanorian Saber, congrats on the birth.
Actually, in Galanorian Saber, somebody wants to give a special message to you on that point. Hey, it's really cool that you've been subscribed this long, and I just want to say something to you about that. 3 words. 3 words. Galanorian Saber, talking to you. apostrophe this. You also really brought me here, so I want to say 3 words to you as well. And there's one other person I want to say 3 words to. Someone who I'm not sure is ready to hear him, but I mean him. Dan. Hey, Dan. You are amazing. All right. Well, thank you all. Thank you all for watching. We know you have other ways you could be spending your time, and we're so happy that you're
The
spending-
So many other
Legos
ways
talking
you can spend your
directly
time.
to chat are officially my favorite thing ever. Talking to chat, talking to us directly, that was amazing.
Oh,
Wow,
indeed.
Albert.
I'm very glad to hear it. All right, well, everybody, thank you so much for watching. This was super fun. We will see you next week. Until then. Oh, wait, does anybody want to plug stuff? Dan, if you want to plug.
Sure, yeah, I've been streaming on Twitch, random times. I have no schedule. We've been doing Civ. I think I might try and find an emulator and play Golden Sun, because that is my favorite. Those two, the Golden Sun and Golden Sun: The Lost Age, are my 2 favorite Game Boy Advance games of all time.
There you
So, they slap very hard. We're also plugging MILFs right now,
Oh my
which
God,
is
guys.
With what?
we like to support.
Everything.
We would like to plug MILFs.
I just want to say that whether it's from MILF Manor to MILF Hunter, if you guys want to watch MILF Quest DSV, that's a great show as well. That's a Sequest DSV reference. I don't think any of you know what I'm talking about there. Remember
Not at all,
Sequest
no.
DSV?
Sounds
Google
like some of your weird British shows.
It was a very weird but not British show. Well, on that night, God bless the MILFs, and class dismissed.